Shalom, family. Good to see everybody here. Hope you're doing well. Well, as usual, there are people falling upon bad times that never had to face this before. And just imagine many of our people face this for a lifetime and nobody cared. Nobody cared. They would tell you to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and you're lazy and all that crap. And listen, now they are struggling. I mean, that's why they're not getting any empathy from anyone. But there are a lot of people that are struggling now that probably never saw a struggling day in their entire life. But now that the economy has changed immensely especially over these last 4 or 5 years, and on top of that, the salaries have not changed. Very little change in salaries. So the pay did not keep up with the cost of living. And these folks like screwing you on labor anyway. I mean, it's their entire history and legacy up in here. If they can screw you over and get all kinds of labor and work out of you, that's what they do. That's what this whole place is about. So let me go ahead, share my screen, and then we will get started. Okay, here we go. Okay, please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you. Okay.
What am I doing wrong? I work every day and I'm still broke. Like, I have a decent job, I make some decent money, but I live out here in Cali. Like, bro, as soon as I get paid, I have all these bills stacked up, bro. That shit wipes me clean. Like, fuck, I got no money left over. Making 100,000 a year doesn't get you anywhere nowadays. And then moving to Houston, moving to Texas, any other type of state, guys, like, fuck that. I'm not gonna fucking move there. There's gotta be a better way for me to make more fucking money, or the things that cost so much money need to go fucking down. One or the other.
Stop. Wait. Don't circle, please, don't circle. Listen to me, sister, brother, please. Help my family, help my children, please, my friend. Very smile, very hungry, no money, no eat, no cafe, no house. I lost my home, I lost my baby. Please help me, donations.
I don't know where I've been living. Whoa, maybe under a rock. But I just pulled up to get an oil change, and I had like a $50 bill ready to rock. And the homeboy said it's going to be $129. I said, no, I'm just getting an oil change, my man. He said, yep, synthetic oil, whatever the fuck, $130. Okay, guess I'm not getting an oil change today.
I want to talk about all the things I can't afford right now. We can start with my glasses. I don't know if you can see they're scratched to shit. They've been scratched to shit since last October, but I ran out of contacts and my insurance doesn't cover my eye appointments. So not sure what to do about that. Those are usually about at least $300. What else? I need a new catalytic converter. Those cost about $1,500, $2,000. Not sure where that money's gonna come from. It could just be like, fuck it, I don't need a car, but I live in LA. Oh, what else? Oh, that's right. I just came back from a vet appointment for my dog. We went to an animal dentist because she needs dental work. And I got an estimate for the amount of dental work she would need. It's about $3,000. She needs 4 teeth extracted and a cleaning. So, did I mention I also owe $3,000 to the IRS? Yeah, that's on top of the $3,000 that I owe from the 2021 tax season, I've paid that down to about 1,000, but yeah, still paying it off. So that's about like $4,000 that I owe to the government. The government that's going to kick in my student loans in September. $40,000. Also, I'm supposed to travel this summer, so I'll need a pet sitter. That's about $50 a day. I'll be gone for about 2 weeks. Before you guys are like, well, you can't like just travel when you're broke. You can't like summer in Greece. Bitch, I'm going camping with my friends. And then I'm visiting my family. I want to be able to visit my family. Don't come for me being like, well, you live in LA. If you lived in somewhere that was less expensive, you would be able to afford all this. Sure, I could live in Boise, Idaho, but Boise, Idaho doesn't have the career opportunities that I want. And also, are people in Boise, Idaho doing any better than I am right now? I don't think so. People in America seem not well. And if you are doing well, living under 100K in a major city, I want to talk to you. Like, are you just going home at the end of the day and just like drinking water and playing tiddlywinks? Is that what everyone's doing? I should learn how to play tiddlywinks.
This is day 26 of, my remodeling journey in the hopes to have a completed home when my daughter moves back in mid-July. And today's the day I throw in the towel. I can't do it anymore. I don't have the money to refund or remodel. Negative $2,000 every month just to live. I don't have money to pay my car payment, the car insurance. I don't have money to pay that stupid title loan. I'm at $30,000 debt. And I woke up this morning to my AC no longer working. I can no longer do it. I quit. I'm done. I don't see the silver lining. I don't see a way out. I just failure. Like, in the Midwest, how do I go without an AC? I'm already so hot and it's only 79 in here. I hate my life. Why couldn't it have been me? Why couldn't it have been me? Why did it have to be my husband? Why couldn't it have been me? I'm done. I'm done. I quit. Thank you guys for trying to help. But it was pointless. It's flipping pointless.
Hey, my name's Ava. I'm on 41 days straight of work. I own a kava bar in the Waialua Sugar Mill, and it's been a really hard month. I wish I had like the energy and resources to give my business everything, but I literally give it everything that I have, and this is how it is. This is how it's been the entire month. This is the outside of my location. I have lots of seating, and I'm open 7 days a week from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. This is the inside. I think she's so cute and like so aesthetic. But yeah, I just like, I don't know what to do at this point. Like, I'm pretty much like at my fucking end of my rope, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pay rent next month.
Okay, so let's just talk about grocery bills here. I understand that, things are expensive, obviously, because of inflation. But I no longer shop at like the higher end stores because I can't afford it. Like Target, I can't afford Target anymore. So went to Walmart today, bought 5 things. Okay, 5 things. They were like a bag of some cheese, some jeans for my daughter for a 4-H thing that she needs to do. And, it's like things like that I bought. Okay. So inexpensive things. Walked out of there and I spent $50. $50 on 5 things. That's like $10 per item. That's like $10 for a bag of cheese that was like $2.50 or something. And I'm just $50 for 5 things. I can't even.
So I need to come up with $4,000 by April 20th in order to secure a cheaper apartment that I'm looking into. They want $250 per cat for a pet deposit. Why do I have 3 cats? $120 for the application fee already. I saw someone else do this on TikTok with their student debt. She went live and everybody donated roses and she was able to pay off $20,000 in student debt. I think 1 rose counts as $1. So if I get 4,000 roses, I can move into my apartment. That is more affordable. Do I think this is going to work? Absolutely not. But am I going to try it? Yeah, because I'm out of ideas. So if you see me go live, that's what's going on. Come and hang out in the chat. You don't have to donate, but that's where I'll be all day. We'll see how this goes. It's going to be an interesting experiment, but it's worth a shot, I guess. I'll see you guys there.
Serious question. How are people affording anything in 2025? I'm having surgery in 2 weeks on my neck, so I was told to get certain types of shirts so it wouldn't bother the area. I go to Goodwill. I'm looking at prices $9.99 for used shirts that are of no brand of value at all anywhere. Like maybe it was Target. I don't even know. I probably could go to Target and get it for brand new for the same price at this point. I don't know. But seriously, how is it that I have just gotten priced out of a thrift store? Not only that, I cannot remember the last time I actually went out and had a meal in a restaurant. We do not order out. We don't even get pizza because we're trying to save everything for 2025 with all of my health stuff. I am so sick of my own fucking cooking. You have no idea. I'm a bad cook. And I am so freaking tired of my own food. But how do people afford to go to a restaurant, sit down, and have a meal? That is a foreign concept to me at this point. And I can't remember the last time I went and saw a movie in a theater. I can't even afford to rent them on demand. We'll show you what I do. This is what I do. I have an enormous DVD collection. And this is all I can afford because I will get these at the thrift stores. Cheap as shit. To be honest with you, I feel like I'm 20 years old again and I'm living pennies to pennies and can't afford dick anymore. How are people doing this?
Well, as far as our community is concerned, we always had people struggling. I remember when I was a little girl, when I was growing up in Philly, there were a few people on my street that were having financial problems even back then. But, it was a tight-knit neighborhood. So it was not unusual for, some of the parents on the street to send a plate over to somebody's house to make sure they ate or just to help them out with little things. So people always just kind of looked out for each other. But things aren't always like that anymore. People that if you're still in that kind of neighborhood, right now, you're lucky. You're very fortunate because in most neighborhoods, it is not like that anymore. People either don't want to help or they are not in a position where they can help you because they themselves are struggling. And that's what I'm hearing a lot online. A lot of these people can't even get help from their families because their families are financially struggling just like they are. So they don't really have, you would think, these folks had a 400-year head start in many cases. You would think their families would be okay to, loan money and help them out, at least in the short term until they can get back on their feet. But you're finding that that's not even the case anymore. So they're not lying when they come on these videos saying they can't make it. They really can't. They're not lying. And earlier this year, when Donald Trump and Elon was laying off the federal employees, I was doing them and they were scared out of their mind, losing their jobs and wondering how they were going to make it. So it's going to get worse. This is definitely going to get worse, and I'm still hearing about layoffs all around this country. And if you look at the job reports that come out, it's not that many people getting hired right now. It's not. So this is definitely not going to get better for a lot of these people anytime soon, if ever, at this point. And that's why you see a lot of them now. You can go on TikTok and find people that are working 2 and 3 jobs, and they're telling you they still can't make it. That is like crazy. It was like, okay, what kind of homes and rent are y'all paying? Anytime you're working all kinds of jobs and you still can't make it, y'all must be living way beyond your means. Maybe at the time you got your house, you weren't, but you are now. You know, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, except for some of y'all, maybe you just need to go to a less expensive apartment or home at this point, because if you can't make it and you're making 6 figures and you're still struggling, I maybe it is something you need to make some major changes. I don't know. But I do know rent is outrageous. A lot of these young people out here cannot afford the kind of rent that people are demanding out here. And you got to think about the security deposit that they want on top of all. Man, it's almost impossible. It is absolutely crazy. But I recall a time, and still even to this day, when our people were in these situations, nobody cared. I certainly remember that. And you know what? The Most High remembers that too. That's why a lot of these people are in these situations now. And when I look at some of these videos, I kind of wonder, were you the kind of person that sat back and stared down your nose at our people when they were struggling? Because I believe many of these people did. I believe many of them did. And it's all coming back to haunt them now. Because we know they used to love running around here talking about pull yourself up by the bootstraps. No matter what our circumstances were, that used to always part from their lips. But I notice, you still hear that, but you don't hear it like you did before. They have really toned it down on saying that, you know? And y'all, when was the last time you heard go back to Africa? They done stopped saying that altogether. I can't remember the last time they were on that hard. They've been saying that garbage since chattel slavery. They used to go out in the fields and say that to our people when they would be working the fields. Oh, you don't like it? Go back to Africa. They were saying it that long. They've been saying that mess for hundreds of years, y'all. And that just goes to show you they don't have nothing new to say. But I haven't heard go back to Africa in ages now. Well, seriously, y'all, it's almost like they just stopped saying that altogether. They just stopped saying it. But yeah, I mean, I want y'all to take notice and take a look at the faces that are struggling now. Just look at the faces of Americans that are struggling now. It is absolutely crazy. You can't tell me they are going down and we are rising, because it is becoming way too evident that that is the case. I certainly see it, and I know many of you do too. You know, some of these people probably all the way up until now, they probably never had the struggle because you know how it is. They can be mediocre and get top salary. They can be mediocre and make it to the top, but mediocre is not paying the bills anymore. Mm-mm. Got to do a lot more than sit around and be mediocre. It was easy to do that before, not anymore. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you so much for being here. And we'll be doing this again because there are a lot of things coming out that I'm looking at right now. So, it's going to definitely be plenty for me to post. Let's just put it this way. I certainly won't be running out of things. And before I go, please remember, if you can, to keep Miss Skilled Gamer in your prayers. She is really going through a very rough time in her life with her mother. And I just hope we can lift up our voices in prayer because we know the Most High is listening to us. Shalom, family.